Alex was a simple man. He lived a simple life. Work, family, that was all he knew. And everyone admired him for it. He was the steady one, the rock, always there, always reliable. He'd worked at the local factory since he was a kid, started right out of high school, never complained about the long hours or the grease under his nails. He was proud to provide for his family. His wife, Mary, was the love of his life, a kind, quiet woman. They raised two good kids together. Simple joys, a loving family. That was all Alex ever wanted. Then, the world shifted. The factory closed its doors, leaving hundreds without work. Alex was let go, 52 years old, too young to retire, too old to start over. He felt lost, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. He went on countless interviews, filled out numerous applications, hoping for a break. But the rejections piled up, each one a blow to his confidence. The jobs always went to younger, faster workers. Doubt crept in, gnawing at his spirit. Hope started to fade. He hid his worry from Mary. She was already sick, and he didn't want to add to her burden. The doctors used long, complicated words he didn't understand, making him feel even more helpless. The medical bills piled up, a mountain of debt that seemed insurmountable. Alex felt like he was drowning, unable to catch his breath. He needed to be strong for Mary, for their family. They depended on him. But the weight of the world was pushing him down, 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 into a darkness he feared he couldn't escape. His friends, his neighbors, they meant well. They offered their support, their sympathy. But they didn't understand. They had jobs, healthy families. Their lives went on, filled with the usual ups and downs. Alex felt increasingly alone, isolated in his grief. Even his children, grown now with families of their own, seemed distant. They were busy with their own lives, their own families. They had their own struggles, their own lives to lead. They couldn't be there for him all the time. They called, they visited, but it wasn't the same. The connection felt strained, the conversations forced, and then the worst happened. Mary was gone, the love of his life, his partner in everything, taken by cancer. The cancer, relentless and cruel, had taken her. Alex was shattered. He was truly alone. The house felt empty, the silence deafening. Every corner of the house reminded him of her absence. What was the point of going on? He questioned his existence, his purpose. He had lost his purpose, his anchor. The memories were all he had left, but they brought more pain than comfort. He was adrift in a sea of grief, searching for a reason to keep moving forward, but finding none. Section 4. A Flicker in the Darkness. One day, a young man stopped Alex on the street. He looked familiar, a face from the old neighborhood. The young man smiled, a kindness in his eyes. "Mr. Jones, it's me, David. Remember? You used to help my dad with his car. You were always so patient, so kind." David told Alex about the community center. They needed volunteers, people to help with meals, to talk to seniors, something to fill the emptiness. Alex hesitated. He was broken, exhausted. But something in David's earnest gaze, something in his simple request, sparked a flicker of hope. Section 5. Finding Purpose, Finding Peace. The community center was a lifeline, a beacon of hope in a sea of uncertainty. He started small, helping serve meals, making coffee, and performing other simple tasks. These simple tasks, though seemingly insignificant, filled his days with a newfound sense of purpose. He listened to the seniors' stories, their laughter and their tears, absorbing their wisdom and experiences. He felt a connection, a sense of belonging he hadn't realized he craved, a bond that transcended age and background. He wasn't replacing Mary, not filling the void she left, but rather finding a new way to cope with his loss. He was simply existing, doing something good for others, and in that simplicity, he found meaning. And in that giving, he found a measure of peace, a tranquility that had eluded him for so long. Life hadn't turned out the way he planned, with twists and turns he never anticipated. There were still hard days, moments of overwhelming sadness that would wash over him unexpectedly. But Alex had found a new purpose, a way to honor Mary's memory by living a life of quiet compassion, helping others, and making a difference in their lives.